Are you an empath? I keep getting that question from people since I'm doing all of these programs about being an empath. One is coming up now at the end of the month, the Abundant Empath, and that's just a one-day workshop with the amazing Amanda Flaker. I'm collaborating with 2 other women, doing a lot of collaborations this year. And Amanda Flaker is a huge YouTube influencer who talks a lot about creating a new world and creating a new world that is out of the lack matrix and doesn't exist on the war vibe the way this world that we have been living in exists. And Dale Neely, who is an LA yogi, basically, who is multiply certified in how to work with having trauma leave your body, finding ways to be in the body, to be embodied. And Dale is huge in LA. She works with celebrities in LA, and we're collaborating on the Abundant Empath. And also my Empath Leader Course that's coming up as well. And that's super exclusive. That's only for 6 people because I am not just teaching about being an empath, but about leadership. So listen, there's a lot of places you can find. There's a lot of places that you can find about what is an empath. But I'll tell you, the ways that I describe it is this. I actually tend to think that all of us are born empaths and we get derailed by intense trauma, by wounding that is unprocessed, by trauma that stays in the body. Empaths are people who not only have sympathy for other human beings, they can feel what other human beings feel. They literally can feel it. So if someone is crying, they might feel the need to cry. This happens to me in session all the time. And it happens when actually someone isn't having their feelings. Let's say they're describing something and they're either feeling anger that they're not expressing or tears that they're not expressing. I will feel it. So there's almost like a psychic ability to intensely feel a room, for example. You can go into someone's home and feel the energy of that home. You can walk into an elevator and actually feel the energy of people. And listen, a lot of you might say, yeah, but I do that. But are you tracking it? And are you noticing it? And are you aware that it's a way of being psychically or psychologically connected to others, to other humans? And the challenge here is that you might take on the feelings of people at Whole Foods, of people in your family. And that's where it becomes entangled and hazy and confusing, because you don't know what feelings are yours and what feelings belong to everything else around you. There are some very unique ways that I talk about being an empath. In the Empath Leader Course, I talk about the empath C-suite. And basically, it's like a C package. Empaths are natural collaborators, cooperators, conveners. They bring people together. And because they tend to be able to see pretty much most people's point of view, they can convene or bring together people from many different groups. And sometimes feel awkward because you know how when you invite people from different groups, they don't get along, but you get along with everyone. They are community builders. They love to commune. So the empath, and what I mean by that is the empath prefers deep connections to superficial chatter. They prefer deep diving. They prefer intimacy. They prefer really getting to know somebody and seeing them. The empath has a natural ability to really see other people's gifts. The other part of the C-suite package is empaths. I know this is going to sound bizarre, but it's true. Empaths like cuteness. They appreciate cute animals and babies and cute gestures. They notice the cute. And what I mean by that is they notice human beings' tenderness and nuance and nuances. There's so much more I can say about being an empath. But if you're asking yourself, am I an empath? I'll do a few more posts about that, about the ways that I'm teaching it, the ways that empaths leak. They leak their finances, they leak their gifts, they leak their cooperative ways. I talk about that. I talk about the kind heart. The empath has a kind heart. And listen, I'll leave you with this. One of the things that is just really nuanced that I've noticed about an empath is every empath that I know, when they're super learners and they're also super teachers. They're always doing a dance between learning and teaching. But when they're in learning mode, they always write. They pull out a notebook. When people take my classes, they pull out their notebooks. Sometimes there's shows I can't watch because I feel so compelled to pull out a notebook. And I really find, this is a just random empath fact, is that they'll pull out a notebook. They'll pull out a notebook to write things, to write. They journal. They love to write. Anyway, more on this, but if you're asking, are you an empath? Just keep watching. I'll give you like details about this. Look at this. Talk about cuteness, look. Can you see Chance? I don't know if I did that right, if you saw him, but that's my baby, and that's who I'm always sharing these posts with while I'm talking. See you soon.